Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris, and welcome to a brand new season for The Flash. This is season 2. This is episode 1, and it is entitled The Man Who Saves Central City. So, finally back. It seems like it's been forever that we finally get this show back. Season 1 was so great, such an amazing show. My personal favorite superhero TV show anywhere was The Flash for me. So I'm very excited to get season 2 going. Everything that happened last year with Dr. Wells and Iris and Eddie, and it just a fantastic show. We finally get into the first episode of the new season. You know, last year, the last season, we finished the season off with the Flash going up into that vortex, and it was just like, what's gonna happen? And we flash forward, I think it was like 6 months later, that basically a lot of the buildings have been destroyed, but Central City was saved. And it turns out that it really wasn't the Flash that saved Central City. It was actually Ronnie that saved, and Martin Stein, the Firestorm, that actually saved the city. So, and it turns out, boom, just like that, Ronnie's gone. He's dead again, and it's just Martin Stein there. It was kind of, I was just like, well, I wonder why it was Martin Stein that actually survived and not Eddie. I mean, I guess maybe Martin Stein is the brains, and Ronnie was just the shell or the body, and the mind survived. So, but it seems also like Martin Stein has also taken over the Harrison Wells role for this season, at least from the first episode. That's what I could gather, that he is the brains, he is the professor, he is the knowledge, the one that knows all, really. And it's great having him there as well. I really like him, and the actor's name, I'm forgetting the actor's name right now, but he's fantastic. We see this whole episode for me, even though I'm super excited to have this show back, this episode felt a little bit it just felt a little okay. It didn't feel spectacular or amazing. Maybe because my expectations were so high that when the episode was going on, it just felt okay. It just felt okay, and it had some cool moments here and there, but it wasn't as grand as I thought it was going to be. But we get to see a new villain, and he was just in and out of there quick. And it was actually Adam Copeland, who was in the WWE. He played Edge, and I knew him right away since I would watch a lot of wrestling years ago. So I knew it was him immediately, and it was cool seeing him there. And he is the Atom Smasher. Kind of reminded me of a little bit like Bane a little bit. You know, he gets like huge like that, and he wears that helmet, and a little bit like the Hulk and Bane all rolled into one. The Atom Smasher. So he can absorb all this radiation and get real big. Pretty cool character. And it seemed like the Flash had trouble with him. It seems like even though the Flash should just zip around him like nothing, it seems like he always has trouble with bigger opponents where he always gets caught. So that's kind of strange to me. But you think he would just like have no problem getting away from these bigger characters? But at the end, when they killed him. It seems like at the end that they killed him. That's what I mean. It was strange for me. It was just like, wow, they're just gonna kill him like that. But it didn't really dawn on me until I thought about it for a while. But yeah, it seems like they killed him. Which, I mean, I thought that they had a problem with killing, but they didn't even imprison him or anything. They just killed him. And he was like, boy, I'm sorry, but I had to. And it just like that. I mean, he's got like the burns or the bubbles from the radiation on his face, and it seems to me like he died, and that was it. I was like, wow, that was a drastic move to just kill him like that. But when he was dying, and I think his name was Al Rothstein. I think that's who the character's name is, Al Rothstein, the Atom Smasher. And when he was dying, he says, he just wanted to get home. And Barry's like, well, who told you this? And he's like, Zoom. So we're going to get Zoom. I don't know a lot about Zoom. I think he's the arch rival to the Kid Flash, Wally West. I think I could be wrong. So anyone, please correct me and put some info in the down below somewhere. But I think that's who that is. But we also get to see at the end, Jay Garrick pops in, and that we've seen his helmet at the end of last season go through that vortex at the end of the season when Barry was trying to save his mom, and we've seen that helmet fly through, and it turns out, well, that's Jay Garrick's helmet, and now Jay Garrick is here, and it seems to me like I know that they're probably going to deal with multiple universes and multiple stuff going on, verses and stuff, because we got Jay Garrick, he's here. How is he here? We have the Atom Smasher, and he says he just wants to get home. So we have Zoom, who's, I think, Wally West's arch nemesis or whatever, and I think we are going to get Wally West this season as well. So it seems like we're going to be dealing with multiple Flash opponents from different universes and whatnot. That vortex, I think, did something more than just create a black hole in the sky. It made all these different other universes collide, and we're going to get a mesh, a huge collision of all these different Flashes. Jay Garrick, Wally West, Zoom, and some others probably. So that's going to be a cool aspect. I like seeing Jay Garrick. They cut off right at the end. I was like, oh, I want to hear more from Jay Garrick. But we see him throughout the episode taking pictures and whatnot. He's in the background, so that was kind of cool. But I also like that they had like a Flash Day in the first episode. Like they're embracing the Flash. Now on the basically the sister show Arrow is kind of like shunned and hated by the city, and everyone wants to kill him. Where the Flash is being embraced by Central City. They love him. They're giving him the key, and it's like a totally different 180 difference from Arrow. So I like how they're changing that up. That's cool. Cisco was a big plus for me in this episode. I really like Cisco more and more every episode. I think he's great. He's like the comedic relief. And at the end where they was like, this place is impenetrable. No one can get in here. And someone walks in the back. It was Jay Garrick. He turns around. He's like, for real? That was hilarious. I thought that was funny. So he's got all these different little quips and moments that are very cool. I like Cisco a lot. Caitlin, it was great seeing Caitlin back. But it seemed to me like she wasn't, like, it was 6 months later, so I guess I'm not going to be a negative for me, but it seems like when they were in the flashback during the vortex and they found out Ronnie was dead or whatever, she didn't really seem to break down. I mean, this is the second time Ronnie's been killed, so it just seemed strange to me that at that moment in time she just didn't just completely have a nervous breakdown. But then we flash 6 months later. She's working in the other, I forget the other labs, Mercury Labs. That's what it was. She was working in Mercury Labs, so she's moved on, and she didn't want to come back to Star Labs, but in the end she comes back anyway. So everyone's getting back in there. The only one I don't really know who has a purpose is Iris. What is her purpose? She's supposed to be working at a newspaper, these articles and whatever. I know she's like the rock for Barry. But why is she there at Star Labs? Why is she there? What is her purpose? Doesn't she work? I mean, it seems weird that she's hanging around and barking out orders and stuff. But, I mean, you'd think that she'd be off doing something else. I can't really understand why she's there. So, but I like Iris. I do like Iris. It's cool getting everyone back together again. It's great having this show back. I think I touched on some other things, but I mean, this episode was just okay for me. It wasn't spectacular. I thought it was okay. And hopefully, we'll build up more as we go along. Oh, the Dr. Wells thing. I almost forgot. The Dr. Wells, the thumb drive. All right. It completely just, I didn't realize he was going to confess about, the murder or whatever. And that completely, I didn't see that coming. I did not. So that took me completely by surprise. But then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What is the motive here? He's not going to give that up for just nothing. I mean, he tells Barry, he says, you know you don't want this, or something to that effect. So he was like trying to say that, you're going to regret this, that there's something else going on here. His father gets out of prison, and the weirdest thing in the whole episode for me is that they're having the party, and then his father's just like, see ya, I'm out. He doesn't even stick around. I thought that was the weirdest thing. I'm like, what do you mean? He just spent whole last season and pretty much all of his life trying to find a way to free him, and all the hell he went through last season. He gets him out. They're having a party, and he's just gone. He don't even want to stay around. It's like, where is he going to go? I mean, he has no job. He has no money. I mean, where is he going to go? It just seems so weird to me. There's got to be another ulterior motive between Wells and Dr. Allen. The father. He's got to be. They've got to be in cahoots somehow. Maybe he really did kill his wife. Maybe there was something going on there. I don't know. That seemed very odd to me. I know there's more foreshadowing here than meets the eye. Dr. Wells and I think it's Henry Allen. It just seemed so weird that he just decided to leave like that. Very out of the blue. I was like, and he's like, do you think you can be all you can be with me around? I'm like, yeah, sure he can. I mean, what's that going to change? I mean, it's better for him being out than in jail and worrying about him. That was just so weird. But hopefully they'll shed some light onto that the rest of this season. We got a long season to go. So, but it's cool seeing all these, different characters back again. We're getting introduced to new characters like Jay Garrick and Zoom. And so I can't wait to see more of this show. I can't wait to see more of it, guys. But anyway, guys, that will do it for me for the very first episode for Season 2. If there's anything I may have missed or anything you guys want to touch on that I may have missed, please write in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. And I will see you guys next week for another episode for The Flash Season 2. So, thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.